Ooh,
All right, and we are back again for the latest installment in JA Movie News, where we discuss the latest and greatest news from the world of cinema. So we're just gonna dive right in here because we do have a short list, but some pretty lengthy categories. So we're gonna first start with sometime I think today. Was it just today? I think it was just today. But the trailer to 10 Cloverfield Lane premiered online, and it's playing with 13 Hours in Benghazi as well, the Michael Bay Paramount film. And I would have done like a stereotypical reaction video, but to be honest, as soon as I was told about this trailer, I watched it immediately, and I watched it like again and again and again and again. So, shit happens. But yeah, I couldn't even help myself. It was like at when did you? I think you sent me the link like before I went to work. So this was like hours and hours ago. But I guess let me pull the cast really quick. I have their names here, but I know John Goodman is in there. John Gallagher Jr. and Mary Elizabeth Winstead, who was in I've only seen her in the Scott Pilgrim movie, which is an incredible movie. That chick is fine as hell. Good, like good God. But, anyway, moving that aside, really interesting trailer. I guess my thoughts would be, first off, I think it's a sequel. Like, I'm getting really sick of people being like, is it connected to Cloverfield? Let's not get stupid, people. Clearly it's connected to Cloverfield.
exactly.
I think people are being a little bit ridiculous about that. I mean, anyway. But as far as the trailer goes, I love the song. The song is some rendition of something called "I Think We're Alone Now" by Tommy James and the Shondells, something from the '60s. All right, something I don't know, before my time. But the song choice is really eerie because like it makes the trailer feel happy somewhat, but not really, because I immediately realized that a few seconds in that they were in some kind of underground bunker. And it's, I don't know, it just had this really eerie, bizarre vibe, especially with John Goodman, because there's a moment where he has this thing with his hands and his eyes are closed, and I wonder if he's maybe psychotic or he has tendencies to be psychotic. I don't know, because the way that the female lead sort of slashes at his throat and then she escapes, suggests to me that maybe he's psychotic. But I guess before I go deeper, what were your thoughts on the trailer?
I thought it was really interesting. When I went and I saw it yesterday, actually, and I looked at 13 Hours, well, I didn't get to watch the whole entire movie because of medical reasons. I had to leave the film, but I was really just kind of like thrown off guard, like kind of like how you said, like the music and just kind of the tone behind it. But it kind of was like, wait, something is off-putting about this. Not just that, I saw one of the actors in like a sling. Then it looked like Mary Elizabeth Winstead was like in like this leg cast, and I was like, what happened to this girl? And then like after she just kind of just randomly loses it, like I was like, yo, what is going on? And then when she gets to the edge of that door, and he's like, no, I was like, okay, he's dealing with PTSD. She's got cabin fever. She doesn't realize what's going on. So I was like, they must be survival. And he probably knows everything that's going on the outside. There's no telling how long she's actually really been there. And then all of a sudden, what threw me off the worst is Cloverfield just shows up on the middle of the screen. And then it said like 100, like 10, and then Lane underneath. And I was in the movie theater. I was like, freaking Cloverfield 2? What? Like everybody in the theater was like, what? I was like, yo, this is what's going on. I mean, there's no mistaking that this is definitely a sequel. And I mean, to have an actress like Mary Elizabeth, I mean, I've seen her in The Thing, the new remake. I've seen her in Good Day, Die Hard, and the other Die Hard films. And Scott Pilgrim is probably one of her standout roles. But for them to make this movie on the cut Like JJ is the freaking man. Like when did he have time to do this? Like in secret and keep it
I
hidden
don't
for
know.
so long, bro. Like that's
Yeah, yeah.
like I couldn't have done that, bro. And I had to commend him for that. Like I am so hyped for this movie just because it was kept a secret from me.
Yeah, I'm really interested. I think the moment with the fire is odd, or there was one part where it looked like John Goodman was putting on gloves to look inside some kind of tank or something, some drum, something like that. And yeah, there's more where she was in the leg brace or was chained to something. I don't know what the hell is going on, but it looks mighty interesting.
Yeah,
I'm curious how. I'm assuming that this must be the aftermath of the Cloverfield
yeah,
um, events that we saw in 2008. That's what I'm assuming. I'm curious, like, what the outside world looks like outside the
yeah.
bunker, and like, is there just like the cities in ruins, or like, is there like 16,000 of these giant aliens? Like, what the hell's going on? I don't know. Trying to see if there's anything else that stands out about the trailer. I think I will say though, if I had to nitpick, it's I wasn't blown the fuck away. Like the first Cloverfield trailer is one of the best trailers I've ever seen in general to any movie. Period. For those of you who were not around during the Cloverfield craze, or you weren't like into it or something, it was one of the most extraordinary things in terms of cinema, obviously, that I've ever heard of in terms of marketing. Because that trailer just bugged people out. Like there were like MySpace accounts dedicated to this movie, and like just people going into theories and like, oh my god, did they say a giant lion? Is this a Voltron movie? Like people were just bugging out, man.
Yeah.
Seriously. Um, so I do think that the first trailer to Cloverfield was way more effective than this one, but this one is interesting, for sure. It kind of reminds me of that Brandon Fraser movie, Blast from the Past. I don't know if any of you 90s sons of bitches have seen that, but Alicia Silverstone, you guys remember that shit? Goddamn. But I think it's a solid trailer, man.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited for it. I think that this is the first time ever the name of a trailer just kind of like hit me so hard. Like I think if
Yeah.
they had left the name off and just was like, I was like, whatever. But for them to just put the name just in my face, I was like, yo, what does that freaking mean? I didn't even know if this was a government experiment before in the first movie. I didn't know if this was aliens. Like, I mean, all I know is that there's something huge, and at the same exact time, there are things that are smaller. And it's like, you're right. Like, it's so many questions. What has taken place since 2008 or 2007 when the original came out? Because a lot of people, some people liked it, some people didn't. Most people that didn't like it because of the camera. Like, it was too shaky for them. They got motion sickness. And I even got motion sickness when I was in the theater watching it for the first time. But the second time around, I really appreciated it because it kind of put me in it, you know, like it was so creative at the time. And I think
Yeah.
that what was that movie that it came out a little bit years after that about the kids? Do you remember the one I'm talking about? Um,
No.
the three kids had powers.
Are you talking about the Chronicle?
Yeah, so like
Oh yeah.
Chronicle, they perfected the camera, um, whereas Cloverfield kind of like, in a lot of ways, some people say it dropped the ball with it. So I mean, for them to make this film, and it's not a shaky cam, it's just straightforward. There's so many different things that they could do with this, and I mean, I'm just excited for it, bro. Like I can't believe it's coming out in next month.
Yeah, yeah.
Like what the heck?
Yeah, it comes out, I think, in like less than 2 months, or I think like March. It comes out in March. So
Yeah.
that makes me think that another trailer is not too far off, for sure.
Yeah.
Like, I think, yeah, I think we're gonna see another trailer real soon, maybe early next month or something.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, coming out in March. I mean, they're probably about to do a huge marketing push for this thing. So, because I think it was going to be in IMAX theaters as well,
Mm-hmm.
which could be a given, but still, I'm that sort of melts my mind that the movie is coming so quickly. Like, I almost feel like this could be a great premise for a TV show. You know?
Yeah, it could. I mean, like we had no preparation for knowing this movie was gonna come.
No.
Like IMDb didn't even have a thing when I went and I was in the movie theaters. I was sitting there fact checking and looking at John Goodman's like listing. It didn't even show it. Like I was like,
The one thing I am truly sad about, truly saddens me, is that I think that the days of, I mean, I know some of you were lucky, but I think the days of like trailers playing exclusively in theaters is just gone, man. I mean, it's been gone for a while, but you know what I'm saying? Like that whole aspect is just gone, and that's really sad because, like, I wish, I had no idea that this trailer was with 13 hours. Like, I wish I just had gone to see 13 hours and like just didn't know. Like,
yeah,
because I probably would like pissed. That probably would have been the main thing I was thinking about as the movie was starting. Seriously.
yeah. That's my experience in a nutshell. Like as soon as 13 hours was starting, like I still wasn't over the shock of what I just saw. Like that was my experience. Like I had no preparation for it at all. Oh snap! But yeah, dude, I'm hyped. I'm hyped. $5 million. They didn't even have a really big budget for this.
Yeah. So I'm just sad that exclusivity.
Uh-oh. It's kind of breaking up a little bit. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Okay, I'm back. I think.
I'm just speaking through my phone right now.
Oh, okay.
You can't hear me
Yeah, I
on
can.
through.
Yeah, I can hear you. Our internet's just messed up, I guess. I don't know.
Uh, but you can hear me now, right?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Well, let me, I guess, switch for now. But yeah, I don't know if you can see me on the feed. Can you see me?
I can see you now.
Okay. All right. Well, moving on. Did you have any final thoughts about the Cloverfield thing? That's what I was saying.
Um, do you think this is gonna be a go or a smelly fart? Do you think it's gonna be pretty decent, or you think this is gonna be kind of a letdown?
I mean, I enjoyed the first film. I mean, the first film I thought was pretty solid. I mean, I gave it like an 8 out of 10. I mean, I don't really understand people who just hated like something's wrong with them. I thought it was pretty enjoyable personally.
Yeah, yeah, I'm excited, dude. I think I'm more excited for the answers more than anything. I just want to know more about this world.
Right. I don't know what just happened. Anyway, yeah, I'm curious about it. I love the first one. I think the second one should be pretty solid. I mean, yeah, I think that's my main thoughts on it. But I guess let's just switch topics to. If I can even bring up the topics. But the next topic was Batman vs Superman, though the latest clip, which came out from the CONAN show he had on Zack Snyder. Uh, Honestly, to put it to you bluntly, the clip was I was just like, eh. I mean, like it was cool, but like it was literally like just mere seconds of new footage, literally. So for me, like I thought it was, I mean, it was cool, but oh shit. Oh, never mind. But at the same time, I mean, it was alright, you know. I didn't like lose my mind or anything. I mean, it was cool though. I don't know. What do you think?
Bro, I was total opposite. I lost it. I straight up geeked out. I mean, the last time we had a conversation about this, we were talking about the TV spot, and I was kind of felt the TV spot was underwhelming because I felt as though something was being taken away from the actual sequence. And I felt like there was more dialogue than just kind of Superman going to the car and then just like Batman's like, "Do you bleed?" And then he left. And for me to get the fill in the blanks of that, really, Superman threatened him. Like he was like, "Look, straight up, like that bat signal you got, bury it, because the bat is dead." Like this is, and I couldn't believe he even said this. He was like, "This is." Consider this mercy, basically. And then he kind of turns his back and shrugs to him. I was like, yo, Superman is showing his dominance. Like, I was like, this is a whole different side of Superman. And I think part of this is that, for me, why it meant so much more is that I think I've analyzed it so much already. The TV spot already had these kind of issues with it. And I was feeling as though there was something that was missing to it. For me, it asks two different questions for me now. Like, I was thinking to myself, there's a strong possibility that this might not actually be Superman. That this could actually be a Bizarro Superman. Or, at the same exact time, this could be a Superman that's actually being run by the government. And the only reason why I bring that up is because of the fact that there was a sequence that actually happened in the earlier trailers that showed like Superman going in front of like a general court. And basically they're pushing him to live up to the things that he did in Man of Steel. And if any of y'all comic book nerds know, in the Batman Returns, one of the big things is that Superman is sent to go stop Batman because the government can't control him. Mm-hmm. And I was thinking to myself, I was like, yo, either this is Bizarro or this is literally what's going on, and this is a controlled Superman. And I remember a sequence in the trailer too where Superman was just kind of like bowing to Lex Luthor, and Lex is kind of like putting his hand like close to his face like that. And I was like, yo, this literally could be Superman being controlled. And it could go either way. And I mean, for him to make a statement like that, like I was like, he's asserting his dominance. And whereas before in the TV spot, it was just like, yeah, like he just surprised and snuck Batman, and then Batman said what he had to say, Superman didn't say anything, and just walked off. Instead, what I took away from him was like, yeah, Superman got up in his face and got in his grill. Like, yeah, I messed up your car. I ripped it apart. And you better stay down or you're going to get put down, basically. And that's what I took away from just that clip more than the TV spot. And that was what I was saying before. I was like, I felt like they should have just kind of just put the actual clip versus the TV spot. And I felt like Zack Snyder did that intentionally because there was a lot of people didn't pull as much away from the TV spot. And so I feel like he just did that just for the fans. So I actually really like that small amount of clip instead of the TV spot. I could have done without the TV spot and just had this, and I would have been more satisfied. So I think I'm a little bit opposite than your reaction for it, but I think I've seen too much content though.
Okay. To clarify, you can see and hear me, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. It's I don't know. I think at this point the third trailer was such a letdown. I'm really was hoping that it was just a letdown. I mean, I enjoyed it to large extents, but was definitely let down to large extent. So the negatives are sort of tainted me thus far. And there's been no amount of information nor any footage that has sort of swayed my I'm just on the fence about the film at this point. I'm a little bit cautious. And I was hoping that something after the third trailer would have came and made me go, oh, never mind. Third trailer just was a goof. This was gonna be incredible, but that has not happened. And the fact that it hasn't happened to this point just tells me that I think at this point I mean, with the exception of like whatever the hell is going on the 19th, I'm probably gonna stop watching any footage from now and just wait to see the movie because, yeah, it's just. But as far as the clip, honestly, it is really cool. I mean, it's cool, but when I heard that there was a new clip, I thought it was a new clip. I didn't think it was like something we've seen before with, I don't know, 11 more seconds to it or something.
Mm-hmm.
So I wasn't really blown the fuck away or anything. But I mean, it's interesting that we got this 11 new seconds. But hey, whatever. I thought it was okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. I thought it was amazing that so many people were blown away by it because it's like mere seconds. Like if it was like a clip that was completely new, then I would have been like, oh. But it definitely wasn't that. But interesting though. It's kind of a shame that it literally was just a short chit chat and then he flies off. But I don't know. I need to see it in context. At this point, I just want to see the movie. Like I'm done. I don't know. I'm still worried as ever. I commend the people that are just like, oh, it's gonna be the greatest movie ever. I wish I could feel that way, but no, no. He already got me once with the Amazing Spider-Man 2. No, I'm going in cautious from now on. Right. Mm-hmm. As soon as I see red flags, my excitement gets held the fuck back. Right. But I hope it's great though. Honestly. Yeah. Interesting clip. It wasn't what I was expecting.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My closing thoughts. I think that real talk, there are people pining for this movie.
I
Like,
I am too. I am too. It's just I am just way more guarded at this point.
yeah, you've been hurt. You've been cut up in the past. Like somebody literally cut out your heart, and I mean, I feel the same way. I think that my whole approach in it is that I'm such a Batman fan and a Superman fan in general that like I'm just excited to have it coming. I think that honestly they should have like made ticket sales. I don't know why they haven't started like selling tickets early, Star Wars did. But anyway, either way, as far as the clip is concerned,
Mm.
I took a lot more away from it. But like I said before, I even said anything. I feel like we don't need all these TV spots. I feel like just stop. Like just wait till the movie comes out and
No,
just
bro.
give it to us. It's like
Bro,
real talk.
Seriously, after the 19th, I can't remember if that's just gonna be solely footage for Wonder Woman and the new Suicide Squad. I don't know if there's anything new footage from Batman v Superman, but after the 19th, like I think I'm done with Batman vs Superman footage for sure. Because my God,
Yeah, it's
we're kind of
probably
entering
just
the
nah. I was gonna say is that I think it's probably just Suicide Squad and then a first actual sneak peek clip for just Wonder Woman by herself. That's probably what it is.
okay. All right.
But
But yeah, I'm worried, man. This is two of my favorite heroes of all time. You can't just be going around fucking up, you know. I was way more confident going into Watchmen, I suppose. Yeah, I was just way more confident. Like Watchmen, I thought everything looked great, and the movie was great to a large extent, you know.
yeah,
Man of Steel, everything I saw was great before I went to the movie, but I was just really skeptical because it's been literally decades since a good Superman film, you know. So
yeah,
I don't know. Well, we'll see. Good luck to Zack Snyder, though, for real.
yeah.
But yeah, I guess let's move on to the Oscar snubs before we close out. I know you had some things that you still wanted to talk about with that. I mean, I don't know. I guess you want to do you have a list or something?
Yeah. I've got some that like where the people have their snubs, and then I
Okay.
have my own like personal stubs. I feel like it could have been easily changed off. So what I'll do is I'll read off the people snubs and kind of
Okay.
add my commentary on that. And you can add your commentary on it, and then we can talk about
Okay.
our personal snubs and what we felt about it. I mean, I don't feel like we have a need to go into the Oscars so white hashtag, because that's totally opinionated in a lot of perspectives. I think there's definitely, I can see where a lot of people are taking parallels of last year, where a lot of minorities were not nominated at all, and even in this one. But I'll just go off the list of what everybody else was talking about. So, Ryan Coogler for Best Director, Straight Outta Compton for Best Picture, Oscar Isaac with Ex Machina for Best Supporting Actor, Michael B. Jordan for Best Actor in Creed, Jurassic World for Best Visual Effects, and Benicio del Toro for Best Supporting Actor. Those were some of the ones that were kind of like people were talking about, and I was kind of like, I don't know that in the context of just the pictures and the actors, like if they could have fit in there. And I mean, my personal opinion, I don't know that Michael B. Jordan could, out of all those best actors, put in that spectrum. I think that more people were kind of going off the rift of like the injustice they kind of felt as far as the amount of minorities that literally have Oscars out of all history. I think that's the reason why they just kind of added his name in there. I think that Will Smith would have been a better mention, but either way, I think Ryan Coogler is debatable for Best Director. I mean, even Oscar Isaac, I thought he did a great job. The problem is just like how many other directors, were in the running for it. And I think that out of everybody else that they were talking about, I think that Ryan Coogler would maybe fit more so than Adam McKay for The Big Short. But I have somebody better that I think that got snubbed in that spot. But everybody else, I was just like, I don't know. What do you think about just those lists of people that people were kind of talking about? And what was your perspective on, I guess, the minority thing either?
Before I get to the minority thing, Jurassic World, just no.
Yeah.
I think I gave Jurassic World like a 7 out of 10 or something, but just no. With Ryan Coogler, I mean, I think the director list was just too stacked, man. I mean, he did a great job with, Creed, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't think he really needed to be in there, Because if you nominate Ryan, it's like, okay, but, why not nominate J.J. Abrams?
And that's very true.
I don't know. I didn't think that Ryan needed to be in there, but I loved Creed. Seriously. I mean, it's not like... But I didn't think he needed to be in there. Michael B. Jordan, I thought he was great in the film, but he ain't got nothing on the nominees, so...
Yeah, and that's the reality of it.
Not to me, at least. I mean, a great performance, though, but... I mean, I don't even know if he was better than Bryan Cranston, and Trumbo. So, like, shit. What else?
The other two were Straight Outta Compton and Oscar Isaac.
Yeah, Oscar Isaac, no. I mean, I loved Ex Machina, but when I think of Ex Machina, he's not one of the things that stands out. The movie stands out. The plot stands out. The ideas in the film stand out, Firstly. So, yeah, it's understandable. But he was great, though. Straight Outta Compton, I don't think he should have got Best Picture nomination. But it was really good. Yeah. Best Picture nomination? I mean, I didn't think so, but hey, I guess a lot of people were hoping for that.
Yeah, there was a lot of people. Yeah, like most of the people that I talked to, they really loved the film, and because it was one of the most enjoyable films. I mean, it was like the way that I felt about Star Wars. That's how they felt about Straight Outta Compton, and that it should have been nominated. And I can understand that because that's how I feel about Star Wars. But
I think it's weird that Star Wars didn't get Best Picture nomination. I mean,
yeah, that's a good segue. Do you want to talk about what your snubs were?
I Honestly, the only real snub that just irritated me was Idris Elba not being nominated for Best Supporting for Beast of No Nation.
Yeah.
That makes no sense to me whatsoever.
Yeah.
And on the flip side, it's also bizarre that Beast of Nation did it get nominated for anything?
It didn't get nominated for a thing, bro. Like nothing. Like
Yeah.
not writing, not anything. It's like literally not even present.
But, yeah. Because people talking about, Ryan Coogler getting.
That wasn't considered. I don't know if it's a Netflix thing or what, but no, it wasn't even considered. Really.
Okay. Yeah, people are talking about Ryan Coogler. Move him to the side. What about Cary Fukunaga for Beast of No Nation? I mean, I think he could. Also, Ridley Scott
Yeah.
nominated for Best Director, right?
Yeah, he did not get nominated. And I mean, we had that discussion where it was like Adam McKay got nominated over him for The Big Short. And I mean, I'm not knocking The Big Short. I just don't feel like he was more deserving than Ridley. He was actually one of the ones that I had a problem with. Why is Ridley Scott not part of this nomination?
Mm. Yeah, Ridley Scott not being in there that's kind of bizarre too. Like what?
Yeah.
I feel like The Martian was like his return.
Yeah, no, like by far, like one of his better films. Like my mom's like looking at it right now as we speak. So, but did you want to go on?
Yeah, I think. Yeah.
Oh no, I was just gonna ask, did you want to touch on anything about the minority perspective on it?
Oh, yeah, I know a lot of people are sort of really pissed about this, I guess. I mean, there's not really too many. I mean, who are we talking about, though? You know what I'm saying? Like Will Smith. I mean, I don't. Yeah, I don't know, man. I thought he was gonna be nominated, but he for sure wasn't. And I mean, I never thought he was going to win. I always thought that he was just going to get nominations. So, I mean, I'm not that surprised because I never thought like he was in a running or like it was a big competition. So it's like,
Yeah.
And Michael B. Jordan, no, Straight Outta Compton, it was good, but I didn't think it was Oscars good. But I thought it was a good film, great film, really. I don't know about Oscar worthy though, but I don't know. I'm not really sure what's fueling the minority thing. I mean, what are they saying? Like, just because? I mean, are they talking?
I think that in general, most of them have been saying that there was no minority at all. That it was literally probably a Caucasian like demographic that were just nominated. I mean, I can understand that when it comes to Idris and Will. Idris and Will, I think that they definitely deserve to be in that realm. I think Benicio del Toro to a fault, but I think his was way too many stacked for that category in general. A lot of them were saying that, I mean, debatable in my opinion, that Samuel Jackson could have been nominated for Hateful Eight. I don't think out of all the other actors, I can't put him. I think it was definitely a good job. I can't say that he should have been necessarily on the nomination list. And then, I mean, I think Wiz Khalifa for See You Again. I think that should have been up there. But I mean, no. But seriously, for them, for most people, they see it as kind of like an injustice in the perspective of why were they not up there. And I mean, I can really say for a fact that Idris deserves to be up there. Why he's not, I don't know. And it's not for me to disguise, but people are hurt.
No, I mean, as far as Beast and No Nation getting no love, that's like almost suspicious to me. I want like a specific reason why. That was a great movie. That's really
Yeah.
weird. Um, there's no way everybody, just in general, on the nominations list is white. I mean, there has to be some minorities somewhere for sure.
For
Um,
actors and actresses, it's not. I mean,
yeah.
I guess that's the problem that people had.
Oh,
Um,
although they were talking about the nomination list in general, and I was like,
nah,
there's
because I
just no
think
way.
that there was somebody's. Well, actually, you know what? I don't know. I think that matter
And
of
for the
fact,
record, is Alicia Vikander like Caucasian? I didn't think she was. I mean, she is.
who?
Alicia
Alicia
Vikander.
Vikander.
Yeah.
She's Russian, I thought, right?
Is she? I have no idea.
I don't know, but the girl is fine. I mean, that's a whole nother topic.
Yeah, that's another thing. I don't think about race. So like when you mentioned that, I was like, oh, never even occurred to me about the minority thing. But I don't know. I think I might have to do some research and maybe come back to this in the future. At the current time, I don't have too many thoughts on it because honestly, it's not even something that came to mind.
Yeah, and I'll try to race through. So for time's sake, I'll talk about my snubs just in general. And this doesn't even have to do with race. This is just my
Sure.
personal picks. I thought it would have gotten nominated.
Yeah, but
Um,
just to be clear, for me, Idris against Snub was huge. I don't understand how Sylvester Stallone is in there and Idris is not. That's stupid. Beast of No Nation getting no love is weird, and Ridley Scott not being nominated for Best Director is kind of bizarre. But yeah, I think that's about
yeah.
it. I think that's about it.
Um, no, I totally agree on both of those fronts. I think that for the best supporting actor. I definitely have to say that Idris should have been up there over Sylvester Stallone. Sylvester Stallone could have been taken out. And I don't even know why Mark Ruffalo in Spotlight, I don't say that he actually didn't deserve to be up there. Because when I think about his performance compared to Benicio del Toro's performance in Sicario, I mean, I feel like not only did Benicio have more face time, but he made more weight of the film. Even though I'm not taking anything away from Mark Ruffalo's character in Spotlight, but it was a surrounding atmosphere that enveloped the story, and not necessarily one said actor. Because if that was the case, then Michael Keaton did a better job than him. But I mean, I think that Idris should have definitely been in this category. And if you're taking away Mark Ruffalo, then so did Benicio del Toro. I think next would probably be the best actor, or actually no, even before I even go there, yeah, best actor. Um, Johnny Depp to me, and I know we had this interesting conversation. I haven't seen Bryan Cranston's Trumbo, but to me, like one of the standout performances this year was Johnny Depp in Black Mass. Like I really loved his performance in it. Whether he would win out of everybody on this sheet, Matt Damon, Leonardo DiCaprio, Michael Fassbender, Eddie Redmayne, I don't think so. But I feel like that when I think about Sweeney Todd and him getting the nomination there, but him not getting the nomination here, I thought that was just insane. As well as even Will Smith in Concussion. Maybe Will Smith should have probably been on this more so than him. But I really can't understand why either him or Johnny, because I know the effort and the work that Johnny put into this role and the toll that they had on his body. Like, I was like, anybody that would do this, man, should be recognized. I mean, because Leo did the same exact thing. It's just his performance is way stronger. Um, but I think that actually really, I was really surprised and taken back from that. And then the last thing was just really the best picture. I think that The Big Short, Brooklyn, and Bridge of Spies shouldn't necessarily be in there over something like Star Wars or even Creed, for that matter. Um, I mean, Hateful Eight, debatable, because Bridge of Spies, I don't know if I could say Bridge of Spies is a better move than Hateful Eight, but I could see why that would be nominated over Hateful Eight. But The Big Short over Star Wars or Creed? Nah, come on, dude. And I agree with you on Ridley Scott as well. Like,
Yeah.
why is he not in the best director nominations? Like, I mean, Martian is on every single level. It's gotten so much recognition, but yeah, you're not gonna recognize him for directing. That doesn't make
Bro,
sense.
I'm gonna go buy that shit tomorrow. What the fuck? This shit's out? I didn't even know.
Yeah, man. Shoot, my mama looking at that thing right now. Shoot, but that's the only thing I had. I mean, my biggest snub was definitely Idris, Johnny
Yeah.
Depp, and I think that Star Wars deserved to at least get a Best Picture nomination. But
Yeah,
what can you
yeah,
do?
because I feel like everything else is like highly debatable. The whole Idris Elba and Beast of No Nation thing, that's just it. Like it doesn't even make sense to me,
It's
legit.
really fishy. It's really fishy.
Because it's like, what y'all talking about? And I'm so confused by the Sylvester Stallone thing. Idris or no Idris? Like, look, Stallone was really good, but y'all talk. Tripping about the Sylvester Stallone thing. I mean, I commend him. I mean, Stallone's performance, but okay, like Stallone was good in it, but the movie was astounding. But I don't know. I guess people were just way more impressed by Stallone's performance than me because I just thought it was just good. I
Yeah,
didn't think like, oh my god, Oscar worthy. You know, that's not what came.
yeah. And I mean, I think one thing that we never talked about when we did the Golden Globes stuff is
Mhm.
that a lot of the stuff for Netflix they got recognized, but then like because Beast of No Nation because it was like on like digital, maybe that might be why the Academy kind of like overlooked it. But then I thought about the Golden Globes, like I was thinking to myself, Daredevil was an awesome first season, and it got no love.
Yeah.
It got no recognition. Neither did Jessica Jones, and those were two amazing superhero generated shows that got no love, and it's just I don't know who's the one that
Mhm.
dictates, these awards, but it's definitely a certain amount of people that have their specific kind of picks, and it's kind of a pattern with each one. Because I think that Daredevil should have definitely been recognized by the Golden Globes and the Emmys, but I don't know. That's for another whole time. But I guess I've
Yeah.
vented enough on this whole thing.
But yeah, I mean, I guess just again, just to sum up my thoughts. Everything else just seemed really debatable, but the Idris and Beast of No Nation thing, I just thought that was really bizarre. And Stallone being in there is just, I don't really understand it, but whatever. Well, that was my only major gripes. Everything else is, I got nitpicks, but it was kind of what I was hoping it should look like. You know, what about
Yeah.
you?
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely glad that over the Golden Globes that Tom Hardy got added in because that really threw me off. I was really surprised that he was not added into it. So I'm glad that he got brought in. And I mean, as far as everybody else's performance in the movie, yeah, I'm glad. But I don't know, man. I really thought that Star Wars was gonna get that Best Picture nomination. It didn't, and I think it deserves it, man. Like this is the biggest movie ever, like ever. It's gonna go down eventually as the biggest movie of all times. And when we think back to our children, it's like, yeah, kids, we saw the most amazing movie of all time, and it didn't get nominated for a Best Picture. I'm so sorry. Like, I mean, I feel like that's what's gonna happen, but either way.
Yeah, and the Ryuichi Sakamoto, I have to say I am kind of sad that his work on The Revenant, the soundtrack, that he wasn't nominated. That kind of makes me sad.
Oh yeah, dude. How did he not get a nomination with that? And then didn't he win for Golden Globes?
I feel
I
like
can't.
he didn't. I could be totally wrong.
I can't remember. I know he was.
My gut feeling is that he did. I think that Ennio Morricone won for Hateful Eight. I think he got the Golden Globe.
Yeah. Yeah. If y'all saw in the background, that was Joe. He's randomly just coming into my room. I apologize, everybody. Eating my zebra cakes. Yeah. You enjoy that zebra cake, Joe. Anyway, I don't have any more.
Yeah, no, I got nothing. I'm through with it. I mean, maybe before what the hell is that? Maybe before the Oscars, maybe we'll do like a 15-minute last minute update or something. Because at least by then I will have seen like everything in the acting categories at least. So
Yeah, and
and
this
the
is my
best.
disclaimer now.
Yeah.
If Leo does not win, I will riot on my channel. Look it up, JVS. I will make a tribute for Leo. I promise it'll be the best video you can ever see, and I will riot all over them.
Bruh, if Leo wins, I think I'm just gonna have to do a shot of Hennessy. Like I'm gonna have to pour one up one time for my boy Leo, straight, straight up. Like I'm about to get 5 people on the phone, like who are just don't even live near me, and we're all gonna do a shot of Hennessy right when, right when they call Leo's name. So I'm like, oh, you want? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So. He got better win, son. Swear to God.
Yeah. Well,
Cause
I gotta be out.
yeah. But yeah, what are your guys' thoughts on the Cloverfield trailer, that Batman vs Superman clip, and what are your thoughts with the snubs, or your nitpicks with the 2016 Oscars? Let us know down below. We're about to peace out.
Later, ninjas.